Hey folks, back again with another installment of Big Brother is Watching You, or should we say, censorship to the max, as the narrative is falling apart and governments are losing grip on reality. They'll throw their own family and friends under the bus before they take any accountability. Mike Martin's here with the Mike Martin's channel. Let's examine what they want to do to us to shut our faces up. First, we've got free speech in peril, UN advocates for worldwide elimination of hate speech. Second in line, we have Five Eyes data sharing significantly expanded with minimal oversight. And thirdly, let's not forget, AI cameras secretly monitor train passengers' emotions. On the International Day for Countering Hate Speech, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres emphasized the need to eliminate hate speech globally, labeling it as harmful and unacceptable. The debate over censoring hate speech is contentious because its definition is vague and subjective. The core issue is that whoever defines hate speech also controls the boundaries of free speech. Without proper oversight, this power can lead to over-censorship and silencing of different opinions, which goes against democratic principles. Guterres pointed out the historical harm caused by hate speech, using examples like Nazi Germany, Rwanda, and Bosnia to show that such speech can lead to violence and serious crimes against humanity. Hate speech signals discrimination, abuse, violence, conflict, and even crimes against humanity. We have repeatedly seen this from Nazi Germany to Rwanda and Bosnia. There is no acceptable level of hate speech. We must all strive to eliminate it completely, Guterres said. He also mentioned the concerning rise of anti-Semitic and anti-Muslim sentiments, spread both online and by public figures. Guterres stated that international law requires countries to fight incitement to hatred while promoting diversity and respect. He urged nations to uphold these commitments, prevent hate speech, and protect free expression. The UN General Assembly designated June 18th as the International Day for Countering Hate Speech in 2021. Guterres has consistently advocated for online censorship, addressing the issue of online misinformation and suggesting the creation of an international code to combat it. His approach includes cooperation between governments, tech companies, and civil society to limit the spread of false information on social media, even though this poses risks to free speech. In my opinion, it's just governments that told you trust the science are now on the hook. And the accountability goes back to 2012 and the deregulating the banking system and laundering massive amounts of money. A new investigative report from RNZ reveals that the Five Eyes data sharing scheme has significantly expanded in recent years with minimal oversight. Originally designed to verify the identities of a few thousand asylum seekers, this system has grown into a vast network, tracking everyone entering or leaving the Five Eyes nations. Five Eyes data sharing grows rapidly with little oversight. Report. The Five Eyes is an intelligence alliance of New Zealand, the United States, Australia, Canada, and the United Kingdom, focused on sharing data and information. Initially, the agreement was meant to compare the fingerprints of asylum seekers, limited to 3,000 checks per country annually. However, the demand for data increased and the number of checks has surged to 8 million annually. This now includes not only asylum seekers, but all travelers, visitors, and migrants. Biometric data, especially fingerprints, has become central to this expanded network. While initially only asylum seekers' fingerprints were shared, the system now includes comprehensive biometric and biographic data, often shared automatically without the individual's knowledge or consent. The network secrecy and potential for data handling errors have raised significant concerns. The agreements behind these data sharing arrangements are not transparent and can be changed without public oversight. This has led to fears about mistaken identity and the lack of mechanisms for individuals to correct errors. as highlighted by the case of a Canadian toddler mistakenly placed on a no-fly list. Critics, including immigration experts and civil liberties advocates, have expressed their concerns. UK immigration professor and lawyer Elspeth Guild described the agreements as astonishingly audacious. Chris Jones, director of the UK civil liberties organization State Watch, emphasized that biometric data is a sensitive category of personal data and requires high levels of protection. He warned that such systems could turn everyone into a suspect and stressed the need for strong justification for collecting and sharing this data. There are also worries about the lack of independent oversight. For instance, New Zealand's Privacy Commissioner has limited involvement in overseeing these agreements, and the public knows little about the extent and use of the shared data. Despite these concerns, the future of the Five Eyes data sharing network seems to be heading toward even greater integration and data sharing, aiming to create a single window through which member countries can seamlessly access each other's immigration and customs data. In my opinion, this to limit travel and document everything in a social credit score, please check out our video from 2019 called Darwin Takeover with Social Credit Score and 5G, Digital ID, Digital Currency, Thought Control. And let's head over to the UK. It has been revealed that train passengers across the UK had their emotions recorded by AI cameras without their knowledge. Images of passengers were analyzed by Amazon recognition software, which can detect emotions such as happiness, sadness, and hunger. Network Rail took photographs of people passing through ticket barriers as part of a trial started in 2022. According to documents obtained by the civil liberties group Big Brother Watch, the system, tested at stations like London Euston, Glasgow, Leeds, and Reading, also recorded demographic details such as gender and age range. Documents obtained through a Freedom of Information (FOI) request revealed that Network Rail said this analysis could be used to measure satisfaction and maximize advertising and retail revenue. The cameras were part of a larger trial using AI to address issues like trespassing, overcrowding, bicycle theft, and slippery floors. Jake Herfurt, head of research and investigations at Big Brother Watch, stated Network Rail had no right to deploy discredited emotion recognition technology against unwitting commuters at some of Britain's biggest stations, and I have submitted a complaint to the Information Commissioner about this trial. It is alarming that, as a public body, it decided to conduct a large-scale trial of Amazon-made AI surveillance in several stations without public awareness, especially when Network Rail mixed safety tech with pseudoscientific tools and suggested the data could be given to advertisers. Technology can help make the railways safer, but there needs to be a public debate about the necessity and proportionality of the tools used. AI-powered surveillance could put all our privacy at risk, especially if misused, and Network Rail's disregard of those concerns shows a contempt for our rights. A Network Rail spokesperson responded, "We take the security of the rail network extremely seriously and use a range of advanced technologies across our stations to protect passengers, our colleagues, and the railway infrastructure from crime and other threats. When we deploy technology, we work with the police and security services to ensure that we're taking proportionate action, and we always comply with the relevant legislation regarding the use of surveillance technologies." According to the Times, the AI trial continues, but the part analyzing emotions and demographics has ended. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. Governments are frantic as truth surfaces, and people have had enough. Thanks for watching and look forward to reading your comments. Mike Martins here. I have spoken.